What's up, turds? It's Sean Creo, Team Dudescent here, bring to you another video. This time around, it's going to be a gameplay session of the deck that I used in today's Ultimate Cup. All three games are going to be from the Ultimate Cup, and it was honestly a really fun day. Ended up going X3, finishing 38th, unfortunately. All my games were pretty close, except for one match, but yeah, had a great time with the deck. I'm going to be playing PAILDRAMON box, or Golden Bucket as I like to call it. It's basically just like PAILDRAMON with Magnamon top end and then some added splash tech cards in between. Really loved the way the deck ran, and I think it's a really strong contender for the meta because Magna is just a great tool to slow down opponents, such as Purple Hybrid, can prevent one-shots from like Take and Red Hybrid. And yeah, it's just really, really good. I'm very happy with how it performed. So I'm going to go ahead and stop talking and get to the video. All right, so this first video is going to be against, this is actually my round 9. So I actually ended up going against Gallantmon for my round 9. Honestly, super annoying that it has to be 9 rounds. I wish Bandai would stop doing the mandatory 9 rounds. It's all right. Gallant, obviously one of the best decks of the format. So I was really interested to see how this variant of the deck panned out against it. I only had experienced maybe like one match against it. But as with all stacked decks, looks like he started off with a brick. So he just had to hard drop Growlmon for 4, which let me start setting up. I Digivolve into Vmon, set up Davis Ken, and then Digivolve for 2 into the XV, so I already have a really strong start there since he gave me so much memory. He's going to go into Growlmon X to draw 1, trash 1, and then because there's a Growlmon in the sources, he gets to have the on deletion effect, play a Gallantmon from trash. So he's going to swing, see if he can get the effects off on that, but no dice. And then he's just going to end up scrambling, no Digivolve it looks like. So I'm kind of at the point right now where it's a little interesting because if I swing over his his Growlmon, right? Let's say I do a PAILDRAMON. If I swing over it, then he gets a Gallantmon for free. So, and I don't have piercing, so it's not like I'm really getting any type of push onto his security, any chip damage into security. The other option, I guess, is like the starter PAILDRAMON, which would let me bottom deck, so we'll see what I do. So I use Davis Ken to do search top 3, revealing the Pile, Davis Ken, and Dynamon. And then I just play the boost, and I grab the Dynamon from the boost actually. I was probably missing a piece there. That's probably why it didn't come out. But also, I know that his stack is going to probably come out as well. And he does end up coming out with his stack, going into Growlmon X, doing the draw 1, trash 1, and giving his stack the deletion effect again, being able to play a Growlmon from trash. So that's quite good. He is going to swing, not caring if it dies, because he does get that effect. He does swing into a Jade boost, so that's really nice for me. He is going to search with offense training. Looks like he's probably missing a piece here. Grabs the Tocado. Looks like he's swinging. He's just straight up swinging face. 6K also survives. Now he has 2 bodies on board, and then he just hard drops the Gallantmon. Pretty much going for like a champion rush style right now. He's probably missing the 5 or the 6. So with that being said, his stack is out. I'm not at risk of. Let me pause. I'm not at risk of something counteracting me next turn. I'm already thinking this in my head, and the only thing that really might come out is Scramble, right? So if I keep that in mind, the Scramble won't even a rush. So it's like, he won't have rush, right? Because the Gallantmon needs 20 cards. So I know that my stack would be safe as long as it's protected or has like partition or something, right? So now I know I can come out, so I do that. I Davis Ken, search top 3, adding the showing the Blitz, Omni, the Paladin mode, and the Wormmon. I end up grabbing the Wormmon instead of the Paladin to have an extra rookie in hand just in case. For my following turn, I end up actually playing the Wormmon. I guess I am actually missing a piece here. Switching top 3, showing 2 Wormmons and a Pail. Grabbing another Wormmon again. Yeah, oh man, oh, I remember this. Oh, this is poverty. I pop both my Jades. And then I play another Wormmon, right? Isn't that what happens? Because I think I'm missing a 4 is the issue here. I'm missing a green level 4. Even after all those searches, I just don't have it. So I'm debating right here. I'm debating on dropping another searcher and banking on the fact that I get a 4 on the search, and then I can do end of turn Jogris, right? Or I'm at 4 memory. What I could do really is I could just Digivolve onto Pail. I know it's kind of like unorthodox. It's not a normal thing to do. So, but I was like, do I really want to risk that? So the answer is no. I didn't want to risk on the search. So I just go into the PAILDRAMON. I don't do the partition one because I won't get partition. So there's no point wasting that. Swing on suspend. And then I am going to swing into the Gallantmon. That's going to die, but it does have the deletion effect, unfortunately. But this is okay because I'm getting 2 draws from the Vmon because it's not once per turn, so it's really nice. He plays his Gallantmon, he gets a search, adds his level 4, so he gets to benefit from that too. And then I'm kind of at a point here where I'm like, okay, well, I might just do this. So I know I have to answer both of those Gallantmons, right? Because then they'll be able to attack the next turn. So I just hard drop Gallant, suspending both of his Digimon. It deletes one, and then I Vortex, swing into the other one. So complete board clear there. I was very happy with this end of turn, actually, because the setup for... I was thinking about leaving him at 3 and just Digivolving onto Gallant, which is nice because you can do that because PAILDRAMON's green. But then that would leave 1 Digimon on board, right? And I don't want to give him a body to be able to swing. On top of that, I knew that he was probably a scramble here, right? So he ends up scrambling, putting the Gallantmon X on top, and then he searches top 4, and he does actually pick up he picks up his Crimson mode, and it dies because of Medieval there, right? So because he played a Digimon, so. Now my board's like relatively safe, right? We did see him pick up the Crimson mode. So in theory, he could actually do a pretty harsh wipe against my board here because it can wipe 15k. So each Wormmon is 1k, and then PAILDRAMON is 8. And then of course Medieval is 11. So I think he's thinking about it, right? He's thinking about just dropping it for 8. But he does a scramble first. And then he does actually pop the 2 Vmons, and then he pops the 2 Vmons, or the 2 Wormmons, and my Medieval. This was a misplay over here. I was just playing way too fast. I hatched and didn't do the Davis-Ken effect, so super cringe there. But it's all right, I guess. That could have been way better by me, but round 9, prone to making mistakes. Plus, this is actually my first tournament playing this. This is my first tournament playing this deck, actually. And then for this specific variation of the deck, this is my first time ever playing it because I changed the deck list literally at like really late. I made like a 10 card difference. But anyways, I go into Dynamon. So now you get to see like all the different tech cards that I'm playing here. So I do go into Dynamon. It pops the Gallant because it suspends it, or the Crimson suspends it and deletes the lowest DP, right? Get to Overflow, so it's essentially a free Digivolve, and then I do get to just play a Davis, passing the turn there. So really good there. He does go into the Scramble again. So Scramble is going to search top 4 again, and he's going to pick up his Crimson again. He's going to draw for a turn. Digivolve into Gil X. Draw. Search top. Was it 3? Yep. Add the War Growl X. Digivolve into the Rush Gil in the back. Now he's kind of like in an awkward spot, right? Because he needs to be able to pop my Dino while passing turn. So that if he does end up going into like a, what's it called? Gallant X, his Gallant X can be protected from my Dino because Dino says Fortitude. So essentially he plays back, and then its on play is suspend and delete the lowest DP. So he would essentially need to do war. He would need to tuck X antibody here and then go into, that War Growl, and then go into like, I don't know if that War Growl can go into, can that War Growl go into a Gallant in name? I'm not too sure, but in order to have the protection, he does go into the normal Gallant, not protection, but have some sort of like blocker, right? So, because the thing is, he needs to have that on board because my Dynamon is going to be swinging for 2 checks, and then you already know that I'm gonna do some joggers shenanigans with Davis Ken. So he knows that he has to go into that blocker one, actually. So I guess that, that was actually objectively the right call there, right? Because he needs to have some sort of blocker. So his Gallant is pretty big and blocker, right? So, but it is affected by my Digimon effects. So it's interesting here because I know that he is going to, he has the Crimson in hand, right? So that means that if I swing, he's going to pop my Digimon. So I need to be able to take advantage of that with partition. So that's essentially what I do here. I go into XV for 1 because it's the promo Vmon, and I have a Tamer. And then I think I'm debating on if I want to go into Sting or a Togemogu. It really depends, right? Because if you're going into Dynamon or Medieval, you don't need the armor form, but if you're going to Magna, you need the armor form. So I end up going for the safe route and going into the Togemogu so that I have that armor form. So I gain a memory with XV because I DNA'd, and then I tap the Davis Ken, gain another memory, and it's going to strip 3 sources. I strip the bottom 3. I don't care too much about that memory gain, I guess. And then it does suspend the Gallant. Now I am free to swing because if my Pail gets deleted, then I just get to partition and I get to go into another one. So I am going to actually swing with my Dynamon first, right? Because if he opts to kill my PAILDRAMON, it doesn't really matter. So he swings 2 checks. Because if he ends up deleting my Dynamon, which is essentially he is forced to delete my Dynamon there, it would just come back Fortitude and then overflow, right? So now I just swing unsuspend with Pail because there's nothing to unsuspend, and then swing again. And then he does go into the ace, but it doesn't matter at this point because whatever he does, it doesn't matter. I do go into I do use the partition, go into yet another PAILDRAMON, keep it suspended, and then I swing for game. So that's it for game 1. I'm going to go ahead and skip to game 2. Let's see. It looks like he's starting by going into... He's not break this time, so that's good. Gallantmon, and then drops the search for Gallantmon, so he gets an extra piece there. I go into Vmon in the back, and then I play Wormmon of my own. Searching top 3, revealing Dino, Pail, and Vmon. I grab the Vmon. Can never have enough rookies in the deck, right? And then I do end up just going to Togemogu for 2 because it digivolts for 2 on top of Wormmon, so that's nice. It does have the blocker effect, and it does also have the effect where when attacking, you can trash security or trash a top Digivolution source and prevent a Digimon from prevent a Digimon from attacking if it has no sources. So he goes to Gil X, Groundmon for 2, and then Groundmon X. So he's got the whole line here. Draw 1, trash 1, trashes the Guilmon. And I imagine he's probably going to go into the War Growl and then warp into the 6, kind of like what he did before, right? So, looks like it's going to be an X antibody. Yep, go into a War Growl. War Growl, it would pop my my Togemogu. Or it's a 4K, I think, right? So it doesn't pop it, but he goes into the Gallant. Gallant gives minus 4K to my Togemogu, and then he pops my Togemogu, and then yeah, it just dies because of the DP effect, right? So let's see here. So kind of unfortunate. The DP goes straight through my armor form. So that's kind of rough. I just hard dropped the Vmon. It looks like I'm really missing some pieces here. I grabbed the Magna and Davis Ken. And then I just played the Davis Ken for 4. Really bad position that I'm in here. I'm definitely missing some pieces. So this is the only part that's kind of sucks about these types of decks, right? I mean, Imperial's problem has always been, I guess this engine specifically has always been that's very piece reliant. And if you don't see pieces, you're doomed. All right, so he's gonna swing with Gallant. It's gonna be really big. He's gonna gain memory from his inheritables. End of attack, he's going to gain 2 with the War Growl, and he's going to unsuspend and trash 1. Let's see. And then he's going to just play double Tocado. Going to 0. Dang, he was at 6 memory. That's insane, actually. He swings again. Hits a Jade boost. And I'm forced to come out here. There's no option for me. I use Davis Ken, search top 3, add a piece there. I think I'm just hoping to see what I need at this point because it's really rough. I am at 3, so that's nice because I can, if I need to, I can drop another rookie. I Digivolve for 2, unfortunately, because Togemogu is like that. I think I draw the XV right there. I think that's what it was because otherwise I would have, yeah. But anyways, I go into XV, and then I Jogress into PAILDRAMON, gaining memory, gaining another memory with Davis Ken, and then I get to strip 3 sources. So I strip the top 3 from his Gallant X. Everything gets suspended, and then it can't unsuspend. So that's really nice. I go into the I start swinging face, hitting an offense training in the memory setter. My gosh, horrible. But it's okay because now I have some defense with Magna. So I go into Magna. It does have the Togemogu underneath, so there's an armor form. So that means I get to unsuspend, or unsuspend is base effect. You always get to unsuspend on Digivolve. But I get the plus 3k and unsuspend. Or immunity. I'm sorry, immunity. So I know he can't end me here. Worst comes to worst, I can sack my stack, right? If he's swinging, let's say if he goes all the way up and like trashes my 2 security and then goes for game, I can always block. So I know for a fact I don't lose here unless he does some crazy shenanigans. I know I'm not blocking his attack unless it's game. He can hit my 2 security if he wants to. Looks like he is actually going to use that Tocado to tuck his Growlmon and his War Growlmon underneath. Unfortunate. That was the cards that I trashed in the previous turn, so I kind of helped him out there. He goes into Gallant. It would pop something, but there's nothing popped. And then he goes into Gallant X. it doesn't delete anything, so it would trash a security and then unsuspend. So really nice there because it won't be affected by because my memory passed the memory passed to me. His Gallant X is no longer affected by my PAILDRAMON, right? So he kind of dodged that effect. Now I am having an issue here. Oh wait, no, never mind. Oh wait, what happened there? I'm confused. Oh, he unsuspended and then he swung. Okay, yeah. Oh, it's still his turn, right? Yeah. He unsuspended and then he swung again. So that was a big mistake by him actually. But actually no, he doesn't even have a blocker. I'll tell you why it's a mistake in a second. Because if he had a blocker, then he should have left that guy unsuspended because it wouldn't be affected. But he swung and now it's unsuspended or suspended. Davis can play the Wormmon for free. Digivolve in the back as well. Now I am going to swing into his security. He is going to blast like I expected. So I am going to use the partition. So funny interaction here is that partition reads the same time as armor purge, right? So I actually do partition and then I do armor purge. So I still have my stack. I drew off the Vmon, and it is still swinging one check, 8K. He lives, no jamming on, or 9K, no jamming. So I'm glad that lived. I am going to go into the joggers into another PAILDRAMON. It's the old starter one, so this one can also swing on suspend. If he has a second Crimson, I'm kind of just cooked. It is what it is, but I have to take that risk, right? So. Yeah, basically, if he has a second Crimson here, I'm done. I think I'm pretty sure I get cooked here. I bottom deck his Growlmon because I jogressed with PAILDRAMON. Debating on swing. I'm debating on swinging here. What am I debating on? So, ooh, that's kind of good actually. I see that. Okay, yeah. So I go into medieval. There is starts with 8 and then +3 for every other suspended. So 11, 14, 11, 14, 17, right? So I pop his medieval Gallant. Oh, that was nice actually. Yeah, pop his medieval Gallant. Now I think I have another level 5. So if he goes into let's say he goes into what's it called? Another one. It doesn't really matter because I have partition. So oh man, this is so nice. So I'm swinging 2 checks because my medieval has alliance and I use the Wormmon that I played. And then I go into Magna to become unaffected. Or no, I just unsuspend swing. And if he did have the Crimson, it wouldn't matter because I could just armor purge and that would still be game. But I'm flashing my Blitz Omni. I was like, if he did have Blitz Omni, then either or I could Blitz Omni over my medieval and I would still be fine. So great match there. That was my round 9. On to my next one. All right, this next match is going to be against Red Hybrid. So looks like he is going to... looks like I started in Digivolve for 3 into Magna, and then he went into Flamemon and passed me to 1. And then I bring out my stack and just Digivolve for 5 into Magna. So immediate movable wall there. Really good against these rush decks. So I was very lucky to have that Magna in my to have that Magna as my blue level 4. Just going straight into Magna X right at turn 2 is always great in terms of keeping tempo. So I swing, it activates the when Digivolving effect, so I become immune. I unsuspend. Excuse me. I unsuspend, and I think I actually opt to not. I opt to not attack again with my Magna here. But I play the Vmon after I Digivolve in the back. Search top 3, grab the Lydra. Looks like I'm about to Digivolve here. I do Digivolve into the Togumogu for 3. I did that because I wanted to keep to try and keep my Digimon on board, so that if he comes out and does his Ancient Grey shenanigans, then I can at least keep a Vmon and potentially use it to a Jagras. So that I think that was my thought process behind that one. But it looks like he is missing pieces here. He uses Analog Youth to switch top 3. He goes into the Burning Gray to just chuck me to 1, and that was it. I bring my stack out, and I was really happy for it to survive because I didn't have to waste any more memory on that. So I do Jagras DNA into Pail. It doesn't trash. It doesn't trash. I tell him that, but it does suspend because it's less sources. And now I can just start swinging face. This is essentially like 4 checks on board, right? So potentially game if I have Blitz Omni. So swing, activate Magna Effect, it unsuspends. I am going to now start swinging with my PAILDRAMON. I get to draw 1 with Vmon because it's multicolored. I imagine I'll probably swing again. I'll either swing again or I'll just... Okay, he just scooped it up. I think he just knew he was cooked there. It's just the problem with red hybrid is it doesn't have much defense of its own, right? Its defense is kind of like its offense in the sense that you're deleting Digimon, but it doesn't have like blockers or kill spells really. So he ends up scooping it up, and we're gonna go into game 2. Game 2 looks like he's gonna start off with the goated turn 1 Uko play. Uko for 1, and then I'm going to go Wormmon in the back and playing Wormmon, search top 3, passing him to 2, showing 2 Vmons and Elydra. I pick up the Vmon, the searcher Vmon. He brings out his Uko, searches top 3, reveals Ancient Grey, Burning Grey, and Takuya. He goes into the Flamemon in the back. I imagine he's probably just going to go into, promo Goonie. Maybe an Analog Youth or something. Nope. And then he goes into, what is that? Burning Grey. Oh, man. I remember he was actually telling me after this point, he was telling me that he could actually one-shot me. I was like, damn, are you serious? So I'm glad I did this because I end up going into Togumogu for 2, setting him to 1. Basically, the way he one-shots me here is with the old Ancient. Because it would be 1, 2, 3, 4 checks. It would be 4 checks. 1, 2, or is it 5 checks? I guess 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he was actually. Yeah, he told me he was gonna one-shot me, and then, but because Togumogu has blocker, he knows he can't do that anymore. And it has that effect where when a Digimon becomes suspended, it would trash and prevent attacking. So he probably had like Blitz Omni or some nonsense too. But he swings with his Uko. It does hit Pail. Yeah, he told me he was going to go into promo the old Ancient, and because I had Togumogu, he was forced to go into that one to delete my Togumogu. But already I'm at game point now anyway, because he has a rookie in the back and 2 tamers, and also the Takuya that lets you end of attack swing. So I know that this is it for me. I need to set up some sort of defense. I used the Davis Ken to play out the I use Daviskin to play out Vmon. And then Digivolve into XV, Digivolve into Sting. I am going to Jogress. Into Pile, I gain 2 memory, gain another memory. Swing on Suspend, swing again. I am going to swing with the Vmon because I had played it. And then I'm going to go into Magna for protection. So really, really good here. Setting myself up for potentially stop game. As long as I can block his kill swings, then I'm okay. But that the dual tamer is just way too good. So he's going to tuck a bunch of his Digimon underneath his Takuya because he has multiple tamers. And he's asking for my DP, I believe. I think, yeah, I am like, 16 plus 3 and then plus 1 for my DP egg. He is going to go into the Burning Grave. Burning Gray into Aguni into I guess he was raiding. Yeah, he raided, went into oh yeah, and then he swung into, oh no, he didn't raid, he just swung into security. My Magna did not have protection there, and then yep, that was it. He just swung. He had enough swings there. There was nothing for me to do. So going to game 3. Let's see here. So looks like, oh boy, not like, yeah, he had the nuts there too. Going to Vmon into XV, and then he goes into Flamemon into the promo Goonie. Already really scary. That is the worst like turn 1 stack to go up against, because you already know that they're gonna just go out gun swinging with the Ancient Gray. I passed turn by going to Davis Ken, choking him 1. He won't gain the memory game because I don't have a Digimon, so that's nice at least. But he is gonna, it's not gonna stop him. He is gonna start swinging face, bringing out the Aguni. Digivolves into the old Ancient. It's gonna swing 3 checks. It's kind of funny here because I was like, oh, do you have it? Do you have it? Oh, and then he brought it out. He brought out his stack, and then he was like, does this answer your question? And I was like, oh boy. But end of turn, it deletes itself. He plays out the Flamemon, and then the Flamemon's on play activates. He picks up the, what was it, the Burning Gray. So I'm already down to 2 security at turn 2. Really rough, but I get to counteract. It's my turn to go now. I play the Wormmon, searches top 3, and it adds, you get to add a blue or green Digimon with 2 colors or more, and a Ken. So that's why I like this one. Nice little extra search. It also lets you search your top end. End of turn DNA, gain a memory, gain another memory with Davis Ken. And I bottom deck his Flamemon. I swing on Suspend, swing yet again. And then you already know what I'm going to go into. It's going to be the Magna, passing him to 3. Now this way I know that I can't lose again, right? Because he has nothing in raising. He only has 1 tamer, so I'm kind of chilling. Let's see what happens here. It looks like he doesn't have a rookie, unfortunately. Yeah, he does not have a rookie, so he's in a pretty rough spot here, right? So my guy has, my Magna does have protection because I do have the armor form underneath. He is going to go into Burning Gray, into Aguni, I guess into another Burning Gray. He's asking for my DP here. I think he's gonna swing over my Magna, right? Because that is a big stack. Yeah, he swings and then raids into my Magna, and that Alda is like big as hell. I think it's like 20k. So I do have to armor purge, and then he goes into Ancient Grace. So man, great maneuvers there by him. But the thing is, what's really nice is Magnus protection. It counts for the whole stack. So he thought he could go into Ancient and answer my stack, but it still does have the immunity because it goes to the entire stack, not just like the Magna itself. Anyways, it's my turn. I played the Vmon with Davis Ken effects, or shot 3 at a piece. Digivolve into the Vmon in the back. And now, really, if I have another Pail, that's pretty much game, right? So, but before I swing into anything, I'm scared of like Crimson Blaze and stuff. So I want to get into my second Pail before I lose my Vmon. So that's why I'm doing this. So I go into the XV Stingmon, passing over, but then I gain 2 memory. Tap Davis Ken. Gain another memory. I'm going to strip the resources. Stripping the Alda, Takuya, and Burning Gray, it looks like. And then it can't unsuspend. So now, again, I'm chill. I know I can't lose at this point. So, because now PAILDRAMON prevents this guy from coming out. The only thing I really lose to is security bombs. But even then, I have what's it called? Partition. So I can go into another PAILDRAMON. So that was second match. That was like round 8, purple hybrid, 2-1. Really fun match there. All right, that's gonna be it for this video. I was gonna do a third match, my round 7 against Omni, but man, this video would be way too long. It would be like an hour-long video. So if you guys want to see more gameplay footage from the Ultimate Cup, I streamed the first like 3 or 4 matches, something like that, before I had to stop because my webcam was starting to lag. But I hope you liked the video. I'll be posting a deck profile soon. Thanks for watching. Peace.